Ready.
Okay. Preparing to live
deal.
stream the meeting.
Doing the deal.
We're doing the deal. Rocky, during the time between your recording and ours, we listened to the Monster Mash and danced to our pets, and they all freaked out a little bit.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite Halloween songs.
It's
it never gets old.
It never gets old.
It's
never.
my favorite.
Never gets old.
It deserves to be on every playlist.
Absolutely.
I think it's the most underrated song in the world.
It's Lindsay's actual true favorite song ever.
That's
Not
amazing.
just Halloween songs.
I just love the Monster Mash.
Okay.
You weren't recording. Now we're recording.
We weren't recording.
No. Do we need to clap
Let's do a clap again, yeah.
All right, Rocky, we're going to do one more clap.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I swear. Oh my god. Okay.
All right.
Whoopsie.
1, 2, 3. Ooh, behind the scenes for the YouTube livers. Ooh, see it behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And clapping.
Oh no, I didn't. Oh.
Are we going to fix it in post? No, go do it.
I have to do it now.
I'll talk to the YouTube livers.
Okay.
So we forgot because we recorded with Rocky before for her podcast. We didn't put Rocky's name on the homework board. So we cannot start until Rocky's name is on the board. So we're almost there. All the behind the scenes fun times.
Yes.
Rocky. Powell?
Yes.
Yep.
ELL.
Boom!
Yeah! There we go. Woo. All right. Now we're ready to rock and roll. All right. Are we ready, ladies?
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom. YouTube Live. So
Lindsay's
poking
me in the face as she's doing the intro. That was just for the YouTube Live.
It's
great for sound. It's really great for sound.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Lindsay.
We just did the Monster Mash before we got on our microphones.
Mm-hmm.
And was that your first time doing the Monster Mash?
This year, yeah.
Great. Love it.
Yeah, they didn't play it at the Halloween party we went to. I haven't heard it all spooky season.
Well, they did, but you weren't there yet. I actually made them play it at that Halloween party, but you were not there yet.
Good for you. Yeah.
Well, here we are,
hi.
Tuesday afternoon.
What's new with you since the last time I saw you? No, nothing. That's
I don't know.
No, I know.
I did literally nothing for Halloween. I went to that party.
We did so many things for Halloween.
You're right. But not for actual on Halloween.
I went for a walk at the Hollywood Reservoir.
That's nice.
And it's in a neighborhood, right? So you see all the little kids dressed up, the houses.
That's so cute.
All decorated and everything. So a lot of really cute kid costumes and it was just
cute.
It was nice. It felt wholesome.
Yeah.
It made me feel a little less dead inside.
Bradley and I are the neighbor across the street who we hate because he takes boxing at 7:30 in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he goes.
It's unacceptable. No.
He had a party for Halloween, and we just stood at the window and watched people go by for 2 hours.
Anyone good?
And just made fun of everybody.
Fair.
I didn't see anything good. That's an inside joke that we'll explain another time.
Maybe.
Well, we went camping and there were bugs everywhere.
I actually forgot until you said that. I forgot what that was. There were bugs crawling on us. We took mushrooms.
And every time, you'd have to check every 2 minutes to make sure there wasn't a bug on you. And I would go, anything good?
Because someone flicked something off of them and you're like, what was it? Anything good? No, it was just a regular ant. Nothing, not a scorpion or anything fun.
Oh my God. Well, I'm in a silly mood because we back-to-back did a podcast with our guest today. She has a podcast called Wild Nights with Rocky, and we will talk all about it. Rocky Powell, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Spending my afternoon with you ladies has been pure delight, and I'm excited to continue that.
Yeah, us too. It's been quite the joy. It's been very nice.
So, Rocky, you're joining us from Astoria, Queens, in New York.
Ma'am. Yes.
And where are you from? Because I hear an accent.
Really? That's so interesting. I thought I sounded standard neutral American, but I'm originally from Connecticut. Then I went to college in Long Island, obviously for 4 years. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be obviously 4 years for college. You can go, however long you like. And then I moved here, moved to the city, to Brooklyn for 2 years in 2010, and I've been in Astoria since 2012.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You do have a little bit of a New York twang.
Oh, that's great. I'll take it.
I think it's the Long Island. Like,
Probably.
once you go to Long Island for 4 years, it's hard to, like...
get it out of your system.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what's the Connecticut? Is there a Connecticut accent that sounds similar? Like, I don't know.
I think Connecticut tends to be an amalgamation of Massachusetts accents and New York accents, and some places in Connecticut will just get like a mashup of both. So there are some people in Connecticut who sound like, are you from New York? Are you from Massachusetts? It's like, you're from Connecticut. So yeah,
because there's it's like a transplant kind of place.
There you go.
I feel like a lot of people like. You know, you have cousins that like come into New York every day for work. But they live in Connecticut. Yeah. Well, so you went to school on Long Island. What did you major in?
I majored in acting and theater.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were all theater majors.
Well, then you'll love this. My college was Jonathan Larson's college.
Oh,
the writer of Rent, creator of Rent. Yeah.
Very cool.
Same program.
I went to see a movie and they showed the preview for Tick, Tick, Boom, and I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Speaking of musicals, you hate musicals.
I don't hate musicals.
You abhor them.
Yes, I'm violently opposed to them.
Yes. But that should be a fun show. I love Jonathan Larson.
Yeah. I love Rent. Rent is a musical that I can get behind. I cried my eyes out. I loved it.
Yes.
Yep.
So, Rocky, what kind of a student were you? Tell our listeners, who was littler Rocky?
She was a student who, listen, I can be smart when I want to be. I didn't apply myself in the ways that I should have because I am a social butterfly. So I was more interested in hanging out with the theater people. I was more interested in, I was a class officer, class treasurer, so I planned all
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I planned all the dances and any kind of like formal parties. That's where my interests were lying. You know what I mean? And I was just going to say, you two were talking about like Florida education. I wanted, on my podcast, I wanted to say like, you know, it's not just Florida. It is like the public school in the United States. I mean,
correct. I think you're right.
The teachers are really doing the best. They are doing an amazing job with the tools they have. But it's not a great system. So it wasn't where my interests lie.
Right.
You know?
We were driving, my boyfriend and I were driving like when school got out yesterday. And so we saw these school buses and he was like, oh, that's some prep school. And I was like, oh, yeah, my clients have, their kids are in prep schools in LA. And I was like, because he's from here. I'm like, what are the public schools like in LA? And he's like, oh, it's basically like babysitting your kids until your parents are done with work. And I'm like,
I believe that.
That is what it is. I mean, that's what a lot of it is. It's like, just stick your kid somewhere for the day so I could go to work. Yeah. And you just hope for the best, you know?
Absolutely.
So I think it is everywhere. Like, oh, public schools in LA. I mean, must be scary, right?
Super scary.
I don't know. I hope they're better now, but they probably aren't.
They probably aren't.
Well, no, did you see that the woman like dressed up in the Native American headdress and was like whooping around like so insensitive and like that's happening in our public schools.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what she was trying to do, but it wasn't.
She was a math
good.
teacher. Because
She was trying to do like
Sokotoa. Do you remember Rocky,
geometry?
Do you remember Sokotoa?
No.
It was like geometry, how to measure triangles.
It was like sine, cosine, and tangent. Whatever.
And
I think whatever it is.
Yes. So I think because it's Native American month, which we talked about in the Ever episode.
She chose to mock them.
I think she was like making fun. She was like taking the two things and she was like, so got to what? So
yeah, let's
and
not
it's
repeat
just,
it.
No,
Yeah.
because like in a headdress, like just
Yeah.
really
So insensitive and
She was a
like,
mess.
mocking. Like it was
Yeah.
really bad. I think she's on leave, a paid leave. I believe.
Unbelievable.
But
Yeah,
it's
she
like,
needs to go on
she
a
needs
real.
to go on a real leave.
Yeah.
So the school treasurer.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's just so, it sounds sexy, but I don't think
Does
it is.
Rocky's
She's
sexy.
the money
but
bags.
School treasurer, like
Yeah.
does that? Okay, all
She's
right.
in charge of the money, honey. Like,
Yes.
I guess we're into different things, but I guess
I was the
School
Mr.
treasurer.
Monopoly of my class. No, so there
Now
was
talk about sexy.
yeah, right.
Monocle.
The girl who was class president, she was very involved in like student government when we were in middle school, and it was just one of those things where we knew she was going to be class president in high school. She was the perfect candidate for it. Nobody else wanted that role. And then there were these two twin sisters. One of them was the vice president, and one of also really, really smart women. One of them was the vice president, and one of them was the secretary. And so they were like in cahoots with her, and I didn't want to have to write a bunch of shit, and I really like numbers. Like I've always been obsessed with numbers. So I'm like, you know what? I could do the treasurer thing. I did not win my freshman year because freshman year we had our student government meeting, and it was like only 20 kids in the meeting, and those were the kids that voted. So the girl who ran against me, I only had one friend in student government other than the other officers.
Yeah.
Everybody else was friends with the original freshman year class treasurer. So I didn't win, but then when the whole class had to vote, all 400 kids in my class had to vote.
Yeah.
Then I won by a landslide. So
Yes.
That social butterfly. She was like,
Yes.
I got this in the bag.
it wasn't even a question. The three girls who ran against me, including the girl who won treasurer freshman year, her and the other two women, they won. Their combined number of votes was 75, and I got the other 400. So
Whoa, that is a true landslide.
yeah,
Wow.
It was good. It was good.
Wow.
It's good.
I just see you as like Reese Witherspoon in Election.
Yes.
Like just
Oh
like,
my God, thank you so much.
Like, I got this in the bag.
And so you said that you planned dances and functions and things and you said in your email to us that you didn't want to go to an event that you didn't plan yourself.
I'm not going to a high school event that I don't plan, like a homecoming or a prom. You want me to come to your dance? It ain't happening.
So what was your
Great.
spin on it? Do you remember the themes that you did, or like what was your specialty?
Yeah, I remember our senior year, our theme for the prom was city nights. So we had and we just we would do, I don't even remember what we would do as fundraisers, but we would come up
Hot
with like
brownies?
yeah,
That's
hot
just
brownie.
us, yeah.
That's you too. We would come up with all these like really fun fundraisers, like send a friend. It would be kind of like in Mean Girls, but before Mean Girls, where you could like send a friend a flower for Valentine's Day, send a like shamrock for St. Patrick's Day, and then people
I remember that.
Yeah, we would do stuff like that, and we would raise tons of money doing that. So we were able to have great dances. The ticket prices were really low for the students because of the amount of money we were able to fundraise.
Awesome.
We did like huge, if we did like a homecoming event or anything, we would sell food. So we definitely raised a lot of money. So we were able to have some bomb-ass dances.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nights.
I was never on any of like the, what'd you call it?
Commit like
Student
a,
government?
yeah.
Like a committee, like
Okay,
student
yeah.
government. And I never really put a lot of thought into it because it wasn't like my friends weren't really in it. I was not.
Right.
But it's interesting that schools do that. I actually think it's like really great that they do that because it's teaching like leadership skills, and it's making like a little microcosm of like how I never thought about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Start the nepotism and corruption early.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good. I'm curious to know now these days how they do voting.
Yeah.
Like, is it okay to vote now in school? Like, is it okay to send a flower? Like, what if someone doesn't get a flower? Like, is there like, are there other rules now? Like, I'm curious to see like how that what that looks like now. But
Yeah.
one of us is going to have a kid to see, and it's
I vote for you.
not going to be me right now.
No, well, I mean, Rocky, you're it.
I teach improv once a week at a high school, so I will ask them on Thursday and let you know, like, because they have had a year off because of COVID, so everything's been virtual. But I'll ask them what their like class system is, and I'll get back to you on that because they're really cool.
Great! Oh, I love that. We got a woman on the inside.
Yeah. Did you teach during COVID? Did you do the class?
No. I work for a children's theater company, so I basically, it's just kind of like a side little gig I picked up for them. They have an after school program portion, and so I do an elementary school once a week, and then I do a high school once a week, which the high school, I love them. They're great. They all want to be there. They're theater kids, improv kids. Cute. So yeah, they're great.
I did that when I lived in New York. I did that as well. I taught like a couple of days a week at the middle school and the high school after school program. And I also just thought it was so amazing. Yeah. And New York has an amazing public school system where they have they're like a kind of like magnet schools. So like if your kid's really into technology or wants to be a filmmaker, like they have a school for that, and it's still public, but they get to dive into those things, and it's pretty cool. Like my kids were amazing.
Yeah, I like my kids a lot too, so I will find out what their system is and report back.
Yes, let us know. All right.
Well, speaking of student government,
do you have a student government quiz? Oh,
no,
I
but
do.
You do.
That's right. I do. So while we're here, I have a great idea.
Oh, what could it be?
I have a student government quiz.
Do you really?
Yes. And this is a perfect segue.
Amazing.
Into my game that is called...
Sorry, I stole your segue. Really jumped on that segue.
No, it's fine. I forgot.
I jumped on that segue. And I want to ride a Segway. Have you ridden one?
Yes,
okay.
But many moons ago. I need help with the name of this game, all right? Ready? I'm going to sing, and you guys have to sing back to me.
Okay.
Money, 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 money.
Money!
Yes. All right, that's what this game is called. So let's do it one more time. This game is called Money, 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 Money. Money! Beautiful. All right. Because Rocky was class treasurer, we're going to play a game all about money.
Love it.
All right. Let's start with our guest, dear Rocky, originally from Connecticut, then Long Island, then Brooklyn, then Astoria. Rocky.
I'm ready.
Here we go. What is money made of? And I'll give you an A, B, and C.
Okay.
What is money made of? Is it made of A, wood pulp, B, cotton, or C, silk? What is it mostly made of? I'm
going to go with wood pulp.
Oh, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Kelly, do you want to try to steal?
I do want to try to steal.
Talk to me.
I'm going to say that it's cotton.
That is correct.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
It was between cotton and wood pulp for me. So when it wasn't wood pulp,
They call it paper, but no. It is
cloth.
composed. It's 75% cotton, 25% linen.
Wow.
Yes.
It really is cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in Ben Franklin's day, they would repair torn bills by sewing it together.
Holy moly.
Don't mind me. I can't come out on Friday. I'm mending
my money.
I'm darning my dollars. Can we pause for one second?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hearing like a feedback in the headphones. Rocky, you're only hearing us through your headphones, right?
That's all I can hear. Yep.
Okay. Maybe it's on the Zoom or the YouTube Live or something. I don't know. Do you hear it? Not now, but like when we're speaking, you don't hear an echo?
I heard it during Rockies, but I haven't heard it during ours.
Okay. Well.
All right.
Let's carry on.
Well, let's carry on. Okay.
We'll fix it in post.
Kelly.
Yes.
Number 2.
Okay.
The ink used for money is high tech, like super, 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 super de-duper high tech.
Cool.
It's trackable, it's magnetic, and it has
trackable
beer. I don't like that.
Beer.
Are you saying there's microchips in it?
Yes. Birefringent properties. Birefringent properties. Birefringent. What does that mean?
I mean, I think it's like if you spill your beer on it, it's not going to rip it. You know what I mean?
Do you want an A, B, and C?
Yeah,
that is incorrect.
Let's do that.
Okay, is it A, that means it's waterproof? B,
yeah,
that
from
means
beer.
it's color changing.
All they drank was beer back then.
Or C, it's bendable without creasing.
Bendable without creasing.
Birefringent.
Bendable without creasing, waterproof.
Or color changing.
Color changing. Waterproof.
That is incorrect, Rocky. You get a chance to steal. Do you think that means color changing or bendable without creasing?
In my heart, I want to say bendable without creasing because money does go back to being flat, but money also fades over time. So I think I'll go with bendable without creasing.
That is incorrect.
That's what I thought too.
Color changing.
Wow. That was literally my last choice.
Fuck me, I'm dumb.
I think it's like when you take a bill and you move it and there's like some holograms. I think that's what it means.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Well, at least I'm learning.
This is a little off topic, but for today I went to go get gas and like I looked at my ID for a second and I like really stared at it. And the LA ID has a man panning for gold.
The California ID.
The California. What I
You
said
said LA.
Oh, the California ID has a man panning for gold.
That makes
sense. The Golden
Never
State,
noticed.
right?
Yes, I never noticed
the gold rush. The California gold rush.
All right, Rocky.
Yes.
What do we do with damaged, dirty, or old money? Do we A, burn it, B, throw it away, or C, recycle it?
I would say burn it.
That is incorrect.
Oh my God.
Kelly,
this is so embarrassing.
Try to steal.
It's
throw it away or recycle it.
I want to say recycle, but I don't know that they really do that. I'm going to say they just throw it away because we're trash.
That is incorrect. Not only do they recycle it, they actually shred it and they turn it into mulch and they grow plants with it.
Well, that's very progressive.
I mean,
good.
I don't know how long that's been going on, but that's what's happening now.
And my God.
Is that just what they're telling us they do? That's on the website, but behind the scenes, who knows? But that's great. I hope they really do it.
Yep.
Good for them. Good for
But I'm going to do my own research.
Wow, you guys are really blowing it on this money quiz.
To say the least. My God.
Kelly, what are pennies made of? Oh, God. Are they made of A, silver, B, zinc, or C, tin?
My guess wasn't one of those options. Because I thought they were copper.
Right. That's why I wrote it that way.
Because they say, like, a copper penny. It's, like, in songs.
Right.
Right? Isn't there some song about a copper penny? Probably from one of your musicals.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's actually from Waiting for Guffman.
Is it?
Yes.
Great movie.
So good. Tin.
Ooh, that is incorrect. Rocky, do you think they're made of silver or zinc?
She's really stumped.
I feel like I should say silver because isn't that the whole thing? Our money is backed by silver. But wouldn't pennies fade? So maybe zinc? Zinc is my final answer?
Yes! Rocky's on the
scoreboard! Thank God.
Amazing.
I was starting to get very embarrassed.
No, you guys are tied. You guys are both terrible at this game. Don't you worry. The first U.S. cents were 100% copper, but today's pennies are 95% zinc with then a little copper coating on top.
Copper coating.
Oh, okay.
Copper
Little
coating.
Just a little sprinkle.
Just a little sprinkle.
The icing is copper.
Got it.
All right. Rocky. Pennies buried in a garden will repel blank which get electric shocks from touching copper and zinc. So if you bury these in your garden, pennies, if you bury these pennies in your garden, they will repel A, squirrels, B, slugs, or C, caterpillars.
Sea caterpillars?
That is incorrect.
Of course
Kelly,
it is.
Do you think it's squirrels or slugs?
I think it's slugs.
That is correct.
Damn. Yeah, slugs.
That's just their sliminess. That makes sense. I just feel like that tracks that would like have a reaction to a metal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
that was good thinking. That was good
Oh
thinking.
my God. I know I've talked about this way too much on the show, but Rocky, have you watched the show Alone?
No.
I've never watched it either. She keeps talking about it. The more
Is
she
it
talks
scary?
about it, the less I want to watch it.
No, it's a show. It's like a Survivor, but really, like, it's like one person in the woods.
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
no producers and there's no camera people. They teach them how to use the equipment, so they have to shoot themselves. But a lot of times there's no food, and they'll be out there for like 80 days, and they'll eat things like slugs, and it's disgusting.
Do they have to like see how long they can? Like, does the
Yes.
person who stays the longest
Yes.
win?
Yes.
So you really you're trying to survive for as long as you can out there. That's horrible.
The longest
horrible.
they've
You don't
done
even know
is
when you're gonna be
100
done.
days. 100 days.
What is this on?
It's on like American History Channel, but then Hulu picked it up, so now it's on Hulu.
Because I feel like something like that is even more interesting than Survivor. Like, Survivor is apparently the shit, but that feels like on steroids.
It is amazing what these people do with their bare hands. It is incredible.
Got
You gotta
it.
watch it.
Alone.
All right.
All right.
Who's next? Who's next? Who is next? You're next.
I think I'm
You're
next because
I'm going to do two more. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Kenneth Mayle, a self-described Satanist from Chicago.
Hail Satan.
He filed a federal lawsuit in May 2017 that claimed that something in our currency violated his rights. What was it?
Is there an A, B, and C? Or
No, you just tell me what this Satanist was pissed about with our currency and our money.
In God we trust.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow. I would have never gotten that.
I was up in the air. I didn't know if someone would get it. He lost his appeal, obviously. Obviously. Okay, let's do one more. Rocky.
Okay.
During the Civil War, there was a shortage in the supply of coins. So they're using silver and gold at this time.
Mhm.
There's a shortage. So the government started accepting blank as payment for debts. This is something that we use often, but they started allowing people to use this as a form of payment.
Interesting, something that we would use often, because I was going to guess something we use often. I was going to guess teeth.
Ooh, that's like going for the jugular.
Because you figured they probably fell out, right? Teeth would fall out back then. So, like,
right,
I can't use this, but
I can't use this, but maybe shove it in your mouth.
Before
Maybe
you
it'll fit.
put this in these wooden teeth in, here's some to pay for it. No, it was not teeth. Kelly, do you have a guess? Okay, I'll give you both a hint, and whoever yells it out the fastest wins.
Okay.
You lick it.
Stamps!
Yes!
Stamps. Okay.
Stamps. That is correct.
Here's my husband's penis.
Take it, please.
Take it.
I'm sick of licking it.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
That's actually not fair because I'm in the room with you and there's a Zoom delay.
Oh, right.
It's actually not fair.
Well, we'll give
That's
Rocky
okay.
an extra
But
point
how do
just
they
in case.
buy the stamps if they don't have money to...
Right. I think what they did was if you had stamps already, they would let you cash those in to pay off any debts that you had.
Got it. All right. Hang on to your
So,
stamps, people.
yeah,
Times
so
can get hard.
Look, we never thought we would live through a global pandemic.
Mhm.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
All right. Well, that was money, 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 money.
Yeah.
Money!
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Love it.
So fun.
Okay.
It made me look super dumb, but honestly, I learned a lot.
You didn't learn that in your
treasury class, in your treasury duties.
I was too busy. Who wants a rose? Who's buying a lollipop? Passing out that shit.
She was too busy being an actual entrepreneur.
Scouting out DJs for the next dance.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine being a DJ?
Could you imagine being a high school DJ? I mean, it's the same people that are doing like the bat mitzvahs and everything. Like, that just sounds to me. I think they're just pedophiles now. Am I just being too like?
I mean, a gig is a gig. I think a gig is a gig. So it's like, you know, if you're getting booked at high school, but our DJ was the same throughout middle school. I had the same DJ for every one of my dances from middle school to high school because the girl who was class president, her older brother was a DJ.
Oh, that you guys had an in.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess it is a good gig. Like, especially if you're like the DJ in town, like you're going to get all the gigs.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably like their moneymaker. Like if you think about like comedians go to colleges to make their money, like these people might need to make their money through bar mitzvahs in the high schools.
Yeah, you can make like probably 800 and like depending on if you DJ like Thursday, Friday. I remember in college I hired a DJ and we for 4 hours we paid him 400 like and change. So if you're doing that 3 nights a week, you can make over $1,200.
But they're playing and they're like, I just want to do like a warehouse party.
Yeah.
I just want to, I need to write my own music, man. Yeah. I need time to I need to get in the studio.
I'll get to Ibiza one of these days.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we're going to go to, I don't really know what class this is, what subject this is, but it's sort of social studies and it's sort of improv because Rocky's an improviser.
Oh.
Excuse me.
6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet.
I'm sorry. No, I've just been like,
it's
been like Halloween. I've just been like smoking cigarettes a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Me.
I have, you know, it's, I go through phases, but so, okay. So we're going to social studies / improv class.
Wow.
Let's call this humanities. That's kind of a catch-all. All right, this game is called Fake It Till You Make It. So improvisational comedy. Am I right? What a hoot. Not only can it be a barrel of laughs. This is what I wrote before. Let's just see if it's funny. Here we go. Not only can it be a barrel of laughs in the theater, but after you graduate from Fuck You, I'm Smarter Academy, that's where we are now, it could help you on any career path you choose. Skills such as listening, cooperation, offering concrete suggestion, building on others' ideas, yes, and anyone, and learning how to fail are all valuable skills that you can learn in improv and pay off in the real world. But today, we're going to focus on some instances where maybe improv would have been best left to the professionals or to their college theater class. Sometimes you simply cannot fake it till you make it. Just look at these recent headlines. Number 1.
Okay. All right. I see.
You see what's happening? Okay.
Yes.
I'm excited.
All right, so we're going to go through some real-life instances where people basically lied and faked their way into a job that they really couldn't actually do.
Okay.
So for these questions, I'm going to ask, if you'd like, I'm going to offer the suggestion of perhaps answering as the faker.
Okay.
Love it. I love it.
You can go in character to answer the question, okay?
Perfect.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to answer it outright, but I also have an A, B, and C if you don't know the answers, okay?
Great.
All right. So, Rocky, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Number 1. A Los Angeles mother and daughter team were recently charged with murder after a surgery on an aspiring social media influencer went wrong.
Ooh.
The victim, Carissa Raj Paul, had just moved from South Africa to California to pursue her dreams when she underwent an illegal plastic surgery performed by 51-year-old Libby Adame and 23-year-old Alicia Gales. The surgery was in their home.
Of course.
And this surgery was to enhance her blank.
Oh, I think I know.
And enhance her blank. What was this illegal surgery? So you can answer if you'd like as these like Beverly Hills wannabe plastic surgeons that were operating out of their house.
Okay. And say what the surgery was for.
And tell us what the surgery was. Like, yeah, what surgery did you perform?
Well, here's the thing. I'm in the family business. You know, my mom is a surgeon. I'm a surgeon. Yeah, let me ask you this. Are you cooks? Do you two like to cook?
Yeah, let's go.
No, you don't. But you know that some of the best cooks learn from their family recipe, right?
Of course, passed down through generations. My mom's been doing this since before I was born, okay? I learned from the best. And she had one botched lip injection. One botched lip injection that you heard of, that hit the paper. So you know, I mean, how many other plastic surgeons are messing up out there? Of course.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Everyone makes mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And because this was in my backyard, I'm in trouble now? Yeah. So it was her lips.
Oh, very good. Very good. Although, unfortunately, it actually wasn't lip.
Tatas?
It wasn't lip.
That was
butt? So good.
Was it butt?
Yes, Lindsay, for the steal, it was butt.
There were like some botched butts going on.
It was a botched
for
butt.
While, and that was like a big thing.
Yeah,
botched butt
it was
thing.
a botched butt implant.
What happens in a botched butt implant?
They used chemicals that they shouldn't use, and it like I guess leaked into her bloodstream or whatever, and then she went to the hospital later that day and died there.
Oh my God.
Horrible. It's so sad. It's just awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah.
Damn.
They just didn't know what they were doing.
Right.
Like they're not doctors.
They're using
Butts are in.
fillers.
They're using some kind of filler, but I think they injected it into the wrong place, or that it wasn't like contained in something that it's supposed to. I don't know what they did.
Where, I mean, you get what you pay for. Where are they getting the chemicals from to do this? We'll never know.
Well, these people are like professional fraudsters, so who knows? You know, they have hookups.
Yikes.
Very good job though. And yeah. Okay, number 2. Lindsay.
Yes.
First a Wondery podcast and now a Peacock original series, Dr. Death is a true story about an aggressive and sociopathic liar named Dr. Christopher Dunch, who was completely underqualified to perform surgery and basically talked his way into working at hospital after hospital, getting fired or being allowed to resign so that he didn't have to like say that why he was fired. So another hospital would hire him. Oh. Like, so there was not communication. Anyway, he was allowed to keep practicing for years. Wow. So between 2011 and 2013, he worked at 3 hospitals in Dallas, operating on 37 people, killing 2 and maiming 31 others.
Ooh, wow.
What will as Christopher Dunch, you're going to play Christopher Dunch, if you'd like to. I would love nothing more.
I would love to.
What will your surviving patients never be able to do again? So you kind of have to know like what kind of surgery this was. So what will your patients never be able to do again? I can give you an A, B, and C if you want it, or if you want to just guess.
I have an idea.
Okay. Doctor.
Yes.
I'm in need of your services. Mm-hmm. How have your patients done?
You see, I take an eyeball. And
Okay. Who mine or?
If your eye's bothering you, all you have to do is just slam it back into your skull.
Oh, it's not situated correctly.
And eventually it will kind of
wobble itself into place.
Replace itself. But unfortunately, if your skull is not shaped correctly,
I have a misshapen
it's
skull.
your fault, not mine.
Right.
You will never be able to see again.
Wow, beautiful, good guess, Dr. Christopher Dunch. No, unfortunately, or actually, Rocky, do you want to steal?
Yeah,
a chance to try to steal.
I guess I got to.
Dr. Dunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm having a lot of pain. I'm hoping you can help me. I was talking to some of your patients. And they
my
were
poker buds.
Yeah. I was talking to some of them, and they were they were kind of saying like maybe I shouldn't go to you, but is that I don't believe it.
No,
you've had other great reviews. I should go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely come to me if you want your nose done. I do the best noses. I do the best.
So your patients, some of them though never smell again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but what? You want to smell everything? You want to smell everything?
You definitely don't want to.
You definitely don't want to smell everything. No, unfortunately, Dr. Dunches.
Does it never poop again?
No, they will never walk again. He did spinal surgery, and he severed people's spines.
Wow, that is wild. I almost guessed knees. Knees, but I just figured noses. Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's no bueno.
Absolutely not. No bueno. He has been sentenced to life in prison, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
Good. I mean, maybe they should have done that
Maybe should have done it after the first person died, or maybe before.
Wow.
Maybe you'll get some practice in there.
Woo!
Wow.
I know.
Yikes.
It's wild. I listened to that podcast and I was like crawling out of my skin.
Yeah,
it's great though.
I can't. Oh,
it's very
Yikes.
Okay, Rocky, number 3.
Excited.
Okay. A woman who acted as a sign language interpreter at a Florida news conference regarding the arrest of suspected serial killer was arrested by... Sorry, let me start that over. Because I read that she was arrested, but I don't think she actually was arrested.
Got it.
One publication said that she was, but I think she was at... Then I heard that the doctors actually said... Not the doctors. The police actually said, it's just like a moral thing, but not a... Like, we can't actually arrest her for it. So... this woman was acting as a sign language interpreter at a Florida news conference, which was talking about a serial killer. Okay, so like important information. So hearing impaired people do need to know that information. But anyway, this woman just appeared at the Tampa Police Department and started signing gibberish, unbeknownst to law enforcement officials, giving an update about the recent killings in Seminole Heights, Florida. Most of the time it looked like she was just signing, but not using actual signs. They said that she looked like she was like singing Jingle Bells or like something, just like things going all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah. So this woman has a history of fraud. On 2 separate occasions, she assumed other people's identities and ran scams in order to steal from who? Who did she steal from? I'll give you the A, B, and C for it.
Please,
A, the elderly. B, special needs children. Or C, 3-legged rescue dogs. So she assumed other people's identities and then ran scams to get money that were supposed to be going to this group. Either elderly, special needs kids, or 3-legged rescue dogs. What do you think?
Wow. Is this me as her?
Sure, yeah. Let's do it.
Well, listen, I love the kids. I would never do anything to hurt children. But some people are born con artists. You know what I mean? Bonnie and Clyde. No, I mean, not me per se, but I do come from a line of people who are good at their jobs. Jobs we create for ourselves in this economy. You have to. And, I scammed a couple dogs who weren't all there, and I scammed some people who were on their way out, you know? It's a nice way to say it. Old people and dogs. I scammed old people and dogs.
Oh my goodness. You got everything but the right answer. That was what a valiant attempt. It wasn't old people, it wasn't dogs, it was actually special needs children. Wow.
I thought it was two things, my bad.
Oh, sorry. Well, you still didn't get it right.
Damn, this lady is a savage.
Wow.
Special needs kids.
I know. She spent like 5 years in prison for that too.
Wow.
Wild.
Damn.
All right, Lindsay, next question.
Yes.
Okay, this was just the most recent example of an apparently unqualified signer appearing at news conferences. Okay, apparently it's a pretty popular pastime. In September, as Hurricane Irma approached Florida, funny Florida. Funny how it's also Florida. And officials announced a mandatory evacuation. An interpreter in Manatee County began signing. Oh wait. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm going to make up a question because I did some sort of weird combination of 2 questions.
Got it.
Brain. All right, so you're going to tell me, this interpreter for Manatee County began signing gibberish words. Can you tell me any of those gibberish words? So we've got the hurricane coming.
Yeah.
What do we need to know? What's going on?
She's signing. I think the people need to know that the manatee took my baby.
That's close. Dingo. Good. Right. No, it wasn't manatee.
The manatee ate my baby.
There was no baby.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Mm-hmm. No, another animal though, not really native to Florida.
A kangaroo.
No.
A bear. The bear is coming.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm not going to give you a point.
No, you shouldn't.
It was good attempt though. She was signing words like pizza, monster, and bear along with other gibberish.
Wow.
Pizza, monster, bear.
Wow.
Talking about hurricane.
Jeez. I'm glad she got caught.
I know.
That could have been the wrong message. It was the wrong message.
Really, there's a hungry bear looking for pizza.
People could have prepared just in the exact wrong way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They could have
started making pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Pizza to feed the hungry bears. Yeah.
It's bad.
What a dum-dum.
At least learn some of the basics of the topic you're covering if you're going to be signing.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Some of these people, I think for that one, no, I don't have any backstory on her. Never mind. There's one more fake interpreter story, though. I'll give this to you, Rocky. One more fake interpreter story. In 2013, a fake interpreter apparently signing gibberish, who later said that he was schizophrenic and was seeing angels.
Okay.
This signer appeared beside President Barack Obama and other world leaders during a memorial service for whom? Was it A, former UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, B, South African President and Revolutionary Nelson Mandela, or C, physicist and astronaut Sally Ride?
Whoa.
You don't have to be in character for this unless you want to be Barack Obama. But
no.
Yeah, no. It's fine.
I think I'm going to go with the astronaut because the other two feel like they would be too big to
have
something.
like a fraudster up there.
But the name of the game is Rocky can't get one answer right, so I could also
You have two right.
Didn't you just give me 1 point though for one of those?
It's possible.
It's possible one was a gift.
I think one was the gift. So I'll go with the astronaut, but your face tells me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I think it's Margaret Thatcher.
You're also wrong. Oh! It was Nelson Mandela. There was a schizophrenic guy signing at this huge, very monumental, world-covered funeral. It was in a stadium.
Great.
And this guy was seeing angels.
Do you think that
which maybe were there, but still you should be able to do your job.
Do you think that this interpreter fraud thing is kind of like a My Strange Addiction, impulse? Do you think there's something that's linked, to mental
what's the
illness?
end game?
It could be. So I think that so for one of them, I forget which one, they were saying it may have been either that guy or the Hurricane Irma woman. It may have been they had a family member. I think it was maybe her. She had a family member that was deaf, so she knew some sign language, but oversold herself.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was. It might not have been her. But anyway, yeah. So it's they kind of know a little bit, and then they think they can fake it till they make it, but then they get in there and they're over their head. But if you really don't know it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, that's not good.
The recent woman who was
who faked out the kids.
The recent woman who also stole from the kids, she was not vetted at all. She showed up and volunteered herself for the job, and the people there, it was all crazy hectic. Whenever they're "Oh, you're the interpreter? Great, get up on stage." They just thought that she was already hired. You know what I mean?
Wow,
crazy. Well, it's one of those things when you're hiring somebody, you'd have to have someone who signs.
Yeah.
vet them. But if you don't know anyone that signs, you're looking for someone who signs.
But like
the
police departments, like they do have that person already. Like they hire out through a company. Like there's like a hiring company that sends people out. So like they just thought she was from that company. But on her end, I think they were saying that they think maybe, like the police were saying they think maybe she was like trying to just have like something good on her resume to like keep being able to defraud people moving forward. Like
I think it's very high paying to being an interpreter.
Yeah, I think she had like took a sign class in college or something, and like
gotcha.
So she had like could say a couple words, and that was about it.
That's amazing.
She's just throwing her hands around, tapping her body, and making symbols.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
I think it wasn't even, maybe, so I think let's give you one more question, Lance.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. Do you remember Theranos?
Yes.
Okay. So Elizabeth Holmes with the company with like the blood testing machine.
Do you know, Rocky, do you know about Theranos?
Is that like they were selling these products that were not good or something?
They
or
were saying you could get your whole biological like history or any sort of issue,
any illness that you have or could potentially be like might get with one drop of blood, right? So Theranos was the company. It was this big Silicon Valley startup started by this girl, young woman, Elizabeth Holmes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She sounds like that. I would like to actually impersonate her.
Okay,
wasn't that girl? Didn't she get kidnapped too? Is that a different Elizabeth Holmes?
That's a different something else Holmes.
Elizabeth Smart.
Elizabeth Smart.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Smart.
My bad.
Different. Mm-hmm. So anyway, she is now on trial for defrauding investors.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But this question is actually more about fashion. Elizabeth, let me ask you, to be taken seriously, you know you have to look the part, right?
Yes, I do.
Who were you trying to emulate and dress like? Like you had you idolized someone.
Yes, I like to wear suits.
Okay. What did you, who were you emulating? What did you wear?
Is it possible it was Hillary Clinton?
No. Would you like an A, B, and C?
Yes, please.
Bill Gates, Sheryl Sandberg, or Steve Jobs?
I think it's Steve Jobs.
That's correct.
He only wears one thing.
Yep, exactly. Would you know what it was?
A black T-shirt.
No. Do you know what it is, Rocky? What was Steve Jobs?
A black turtleneck?
That black turtleneck. Give her a point. Yep, that's right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I needed
that. You both get a point for that.
If you haven't heard, I heard someone like doing her voice, and I was like, "That's so mean."
I don't know that I've heard her speak.
Sounds like that. Yeah. And then I watched her TED Talk.
Oh,
she's like, one drop of blood, just one drop of blood.
You can make fun of her. She's a fraudster.
But that's what she actually sounds like too. Like one drop of blood.
My God,
it's amazing.
I can't wait to watch this. Elizabeth Holmes.
They're doing a show.
They're doing like a documentary about it.
They're making a TV show.
Okay,
it's
great.
Like an
episode.
Oh, I forget who's producing it, but it's like someone really big is producing it. Judd Apatow, maybe it is.
Oh,
you might be right.
Yeah, and they're doing a show about it, about the girl who eventually outed the company Theranos.
Cool.
Erica Chang, I think her name was.
Cool. All right. Well, that was it,
Yay.
You guys.
What was that game called?
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Perfect. Well, that was that.
Rocky, it's recess, so you don't have to worry about playing any games.
Okay.
What was recess like for you? Do you remember?
Yes, actually, I do. So recess in elementary school for me, I remember in 5th grade, I convinced all the girls in my class, well, maybe not all the girls, but at least like 5 or 6 of the girls in my class, I convinced them of a couple things on 2 different occasions. One thing I convinced them of, I taught everybody, I told you earlier, I really like numbers. Mm-hmm. I taught them all how to count down the hours until like an event they were looking forward to. And what I would do is we would have lined paper and we would make like squares, so like a bunch of little boxes, and I would be like, okay, this is the equation, the math equation that you do to figure out the hours till whatever you're counting down till, and I would get them to count down the hours, and so they would all like make their own charts for whatever they were looking for, Christmas, birthdays, a party, whatever, and we would spend recess like filling in the chart of the hours and then counting them down. And so one time my teacher said, he was like, these charts have to stop, ladies. Like, we have to stop with the charts.
Gotta stop with the charts.
And that was my doing. That was me at the forefront of teaching all the girls how to do the chart, their countdown charts.
What is wrong with the charts?
It was distracting. It was bleeding. Yeah, it was bleeding out of recess.
You were
and then
obsessed with it. Okay.
Obsessed. And they all became obsessed with it. And then the second thing I did at recess was I convinced all the same group of girls that we could dig a hole to China.
Yes,
that was a big thing.
I love that.
Yes, and we spent every.
How far
recess,
did you get?
I mean, you could the hole we got before we were told we have to stop digging the hole. It got down to my childhood knee, like whatever my knee would have been in 5th grade. But you could stick my leg and up to my knee, and we would just it was like all the way up to the top of the knee. Like you could stick your foot in there, so someone could have really gotten hurt if they ran over it. But
oh my god!
Yeah, it was pretty deep, and we were again once told like you can't spend all of recess digging a hole. So we didn't make it to China, but we were gonna go to Disney World, China. I think was the plan, and I was like,
that's where you were aiming for.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna just start digging at night.
Oh my god, that is so fun. So you were kind of like in your social butterfly, you were a little bit of a distractor. I like it.
Yes. I like to use the word leader, but yes, distractor for sure.
The chart thing is really funny to me because I could just see the girls being like, all right, I need to count down. I have ballet practice at 4 o'clock and I need to count down, like getting really OCD about it.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my god, that is so funny.
Wait, Rocky, you had a game that you wanted to play with us, right?
Oh yeah.
Should we do that? The what is it called? Me Too? Same It
was like I forget what I called it because I named it on the spot, but we could call it Are We the Same?
Are we the same? Okay, let's play Are We the Same for recess.
Okay, so I came up with 10 questions that I either did or didn't do in high school, and we'll see if we are the same.
Okay.
I love it.
And you can just take turns answering, but I'll write down Lindsay, Kelly, Lindsay.
And we say we are the same, or what do we say? Same.
You can say yes or no. Yes or no. They're yes or no questions, and then I'll tell you if I'm the same.
Got it.
Okay. So, did you have your first kiss with tongue? Did you have your first kiss with tongue in high school?
I think yes, but it was actually middle school.
Mine was middle school.
It has to be high school.
No.
The question. No, it was middle school.
Oh, okay. No.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. No. All right, next question. I'll tell you at the end. Yeah. Or is it better if I go one by one?
No, I think we should. I think at the end you should say who you're the more samesies.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Yes. Love that. Okay. Did you drink alcohol for the first time in high school?
No.
Perfect. Did you smoke weed in high school?
For the first time or just at all?
For the first time.
No.
All right. Did you do theater in high school?
Yes.
For the first time, is it not the first time?
Not for you could do theater whether you did it. Yeah, like if you were in the theater.
Yes.
Both yeses. Okay.
Are we the samesies, Lindsay?
Did you have your first UTI in high school?
I would imagine. Probably. I'm going to say yes.
I'm saying no.
I'm saying
Kelly is a yes.
Lindsay, no.
Lindsay, no. Okay. Did you ever sneak out of the house in high school?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Did you ever get into a physical altercation in high school?
No.
Yes.
All right. Lindsay is a yes.
I was a pusher.
But
only if I was standing up for the underdogs.
That's good of you.
Did you ever throw a house party in high school?
In
No.
high school, yes.
Kelly's a no-go. Okay. Did the cops ever show up at a party you were attending, a house party you were attending in high school?
Yes.
All right. And last question. Would you go back to high school knowing everything you know now, but you lose everything that's happened to you, but you have the memory of everything that's happened to you and the lessons, but you go back into freshman year of high school and have to just restart from there?
No.
So you wouldn't know each other yet or anything, or?
I don't think
No.
that would be wise.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer no.
It sounds, my palms are
Traumatizing.
sweaty and my armpits are sweaty and I forgot to put on deodorant and I'm not wearing a bra and I forgot to wear a bra when I hear
And,
that.
yeah.
That's how I feel.
And you're not
Wow.
wearing underwear.
And I forgot to wear underwear. Yes.
Visceral. All right. So both of you didn't have your first kiss in high school with tongue. I did. I had my first kiss with tongue when I was 16.
Who was it?
His name was Jimmy. He was my first boyfriend. And we were sitting at the
Cute.
beach with another friend, Amy. And we were sitting at the beach and somebody like dared us to kiss. And that was how I had my first kiss.
Cute.
Yeah.
Mine was
love
a
it.
spin the bottle.
Mine was a
Ooh.
suck and blow. Mhm.
Suck and blow.
Yeah.
A thing
Wow.
of dreams.
A thing of dreams.
Do you both
But I
remember your
like-
first? Who it was?
I remember, yeah, Corey Goodis.
Mitchell Gomelinsky.
Nice.
Good for you.
I don't know if he was.
Gomelinsky is definitely
Probably.
a Jewish last
Could
name.
have just been Polish.
yeah.
That's true. But I like that all three of our first kiss, someone had to make us do it.
Yeah.
There had to be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
game element to
Exactly.
It's hard to be a teenager, you know?
it.
Now you
Would
both
you go back?
Oh, I was going to tell you, with the information that I have now, I probably would, only because I feel like I could be more financially secure. Like I would invest in Apple and like
Oh, that's
I
smart.
see.
get
That
in
makes
on the
sense.
ground floor with Tesla. I know how to become an
Netflix,
influencer. Yeah.
yeah.
I'd probably have started my podcast when I was like, I'm be like, oh, I'm 20, I'll start my podcast. I would know
Fair.
who's going to be famous, so I would try to be friends with them. Things like that,
Right.
you know?
Got it.
Oh, with that
Smart.
angle, I think I would go back too. With that
Yeah.
angle.
Me too. I changed
I
my
changed my
mind.
mind.
Her armpits dried right back up.
That's smart.
We all both of you said no to, you drank before high school.
Mhm. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I started drinking when I was 16 or 15. It was like a month before I turned 16.
Okay.
So, did you smoke weed in high school? All of us put no.
Yeah.
How old were you?
My sister
I was
was
like
kind of
12.
a bad influence, and I was
Oh.
probably 12 or 13. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
We
the
grew
other
up
angle.
in just like a
Yeah.
port city. We like grew
Yeah.
up like in like close to Miami, and there's just like there were so many drugs.
Yeah.
There was a lot. Like you grew up faster. I feel like in that area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I dated a big pothead when I was in high school. Did my first kiss Jimmy, but didn't smoke weed till I was 18.
Mhm.
All of us are theater kids.
Mhm.
And Kelly and I both had our first UTIs in high school. Not so much for Lindsay.
I feel like I need to knock on wood. I have really good vagina, like bladder luck.
Good.
So I'm just gonna hold on to that for as long as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got a UTI. I had sex with, again, the famous Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I had sex with him. Got a UTI because I didn't know I was supposed to pee after sex, and then
Right.
That'll do it.
I had to tell my mom because she's very cool,
Oh,
and she was like,
no.
yeah,
Yeah.
but she's very cool. So I got the medicine to like fix it, but it turned my pee bright orange, and I didn't know that was a side effect because I didn't read the label.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like trauma.
So you're like, what is happening
That's
to my
scary.
body? You're like, Carrie.
I
Yeah.
remember when the first time I had that because of like vitamins, and nobody
Oh,
told
yeah.
me my pee was gonna look like that, and I was really scared.
Yeah.
It is
I
scary.
was like, why is my pee?
Yeah,
look
you
like
think it's
this?
like blood or something.
Yeah.
You're like, am I pissing highlighter right now? I never snuck out in
Amazing.
high school. I never snuck out. I partied and went out. I never snuck out, but both of you said you did sneak out.
Yeah, We had a system. My sister's door had an alarm on it. Like when you opened it, it would beep. It was like hooked into the system, but mine wasn't. So we had a system of like, we went out my window and she couldn't open hers. So I learned at a young age to sneaking out was acceptable in this house.
Your sister was a great influence on you.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And you snuck out as well.
Yeah, I remember one time I snuck out of I was sleeping over my friend Julie's place, and we snuck out in the middle of the night, just not to do anything, like literally just to walk around the neighborhood, just to like, be outside, right? And we ended up getting picked up by the cops because they're just, I think they were trying to protect us, honestly. They're like, what are you guys doing? But they could have just like took us home or go home. Yeah. But they took us home in the police car and like knocked on their door, and her parents came out, and then our whole summer got ruined because she was supposed to come on vacation with us.
Oh no!
And then she wasn't allowed to because now I'm a bad influence.
Of course.
Oh,
no. And she's punished.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sucks.
So we have one fist fighter. That's going to be Lindsay, a high school fist fighter.
I never used my fists, but I definitely had a few...
I just used my words.
I had a few situations where, like, if a kid was being mean to someone, I would, like, be like, what are you doing? And, like, push them against the wall.
Good.
You were a defender.
I really would get really upset if someone was, like, fucking with the underdogs.
You're so
a vigilante.
Sweet. Yeah. I was, like, a little too, like... that's where I got my anger out.
You were a bully. You bullied the bullies.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Just like Dexter.
I've never used my fists.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you
just
don't want to leave a mark.
Right.
No.
Yeah, you know how to be a good abuser.
Yeah. Throw a house party. Lindsay and I both have thrown house parties in high school.
Yes, I remember. My parents would go out of town and they would leave me because I had an older sibling. Mm-hmm. I think maybe you didn't because you didn't have an older sibling.
No, there was no, my parents were gonna, and I had a little sister.
Right.
There just wasn't a time where they were going to go away and leave us.
Right.
Yeah. They're like, it just wasn't really an option.
We didn't have a lot because my dad was a lawyer, and even though my parents were crazy, they were a little like, we can't get in trouble, so you gotta...
Right.
We had like 2 house parties, probably.
Nice.
That's amazing. That's fun. Then you're the fun party house. And then have the cops ever shown up at a party you were attending in high school? And I think that was only me and... Oh, no, all 3 of us had that.
No, all 3 of us.
Yeah.
That was... Like, when that would happen when we were little and people would run, that was, like, some scary shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. I just know it happened. I can't remember. Yeah. I think I maybe know where I was, but I think I was also, like, blacked out almost.
Of course.
I have a question.
But I'm pretty sure it happens.
I've never really thought about this till now. Did you guys have, like, a reoccurring fear that you wouldn't be able to hop the fence fast enough if something happens?
I'm sure I thought about it.
Like, I would be like,
I thought about that.
The cops are here, and if I have to jump the fence, like, what if I get left behind? Like,
I
always had this, like, am I going to be fast enough
Am I going to be the one that has to deal with the police, or am I going to be able to run away fast enough?
I don't know where that comes from, but...
I definitely empathize with that fear for sure, but I never had to run, luckily, knock on wood, if we're knocking on wood. I never had to run. I remember hiding under a woodworking table, though, once when the police were upstairs at a party. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, then one of the kids who was in attendance at the party, his dad was a cop, and so the police officer knew one of the kids. So ended up like got to be like, it escalated, and then they showed up, and then he was like, "Oh, Brandon, blah, 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 whatever."
Right.
So
everybody go home, or I'm telling your dad.
Yeah, exactly. One of those situations, or like, ends up like chatting with the parents of this particular party that I was at were upstairs in the bedroom because they didn't give a fuck, and so they ended up coming down and chatting. So it didn't escalate to that level, but it was, you're like peeking out from the woodworking table. Am I good?
Yeah.
And I was good.
I feel like I had a few experiences where we had to scatter like cockroaches.
Yeah.
I ran from a cop at a rave once.
Oh,
and
fun.
I got kicked out into the Miami night.
Ooh.
In like a neighborhood I didn't know that I don't think was great, and I was on ecstasy.
Were you alone?
Bad.
Yeah, I got kicked out. And I feel like that's actually, it's way more dangerous for me to be out here. Like, you're going to find my body later.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, she kicks me out.
Wow.
Yeah, but then I snuck back in.
Good.
Oh, good.
Miami's scary.
Yeah, I
Like,
bribed
That's what I've heard.
through the fence. Like, there was like a smoking section, and I was like, I got kicked out. I'm rolling really hard. I have to get back in. I'm gonna die out here. And these people were like, they're like, here, I'll give you my ticket stub for $20. I'm like, okay, fine, take all my money. And so it ended up sneaking back in.
Thank God.
Good.
But it was no re-entry, and they're like, you have to have a story. So I'm like, fucking rolling.
Oh yeah,
crazy
your eyes are darting. Yeah,
my eyes are going back and forth, and they're like, tell them you have you had to shoot your insulin or something. Like, they gave me this medical backstory that was probably one of theirs, and I'm like trying to remember all these details to be convincing.
That's amazing.
But I get up there and they just let me in with the tickets. So I'm like, oh, thank God,
good.
Thank God for re-entry.
Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So we are semi-samesies.
Yeah. A lot of common ground between the three of us.
We would have been friends, is what we're saying.
Yes,
for sure.
Obviously.
For sure.
All right, ladies, let's get back to it. We're going to play a quick little game called I Have a Question. We're going to science class.
Okay.
Now, Rocky said in her email to us that she was really good with numbers, as she's mentioned on the show. But she just hated chemistry and was really bad at it, which sucks because she would have liked to do experiments because that seemed fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a science fair.
Okay.
I liked dissecting. I was always the dissector, but that's different.
That's interesting. I hated that. I get a little squeamish. But if you like that, you'll love Alone, like we talked about. Okay. We are going to a science fair. We're going to go through, I went through a list of really popular science fair experiments that we used when we were younger, but are also still being used.
Got it.
And instead of going through and doing the whole experiment, we're going to get to the conclusion.
Love
Favorite part.
Because if you don't remember, it's like, you have a question, there's a hypothesis, there's
the hypotenuse.
You guess what you think is going to happen.
Scientific method
You
stuff.
do the scientific method. Right.
Got it.
Okay. So let's start with Rocky. Why does the length of time that a soda bottle is open affect its fizziness? Like, what is happening there that a soda goes flat?
Is it because it's mixing with carbon dioxide?
Oh, we're getting spicy here. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
Rocky. Yes.
Good job, Rocky.
Thank you.
Carbon dioxide gets like dissolved under pressure. So when you open it, it kind of all airs out.
Gotcha.
And it becomes flatter. But just saying carbon dioxide was really what I was looking for there.
Gotcha.
So when the pressure is released by opening the soda container, the liquid cannot hold as much carbon dioxide, so you get rid of the bubbles and it becomes flat.
Got it.
Wow. She's gunning for you.
Wow.
Don't call it a comeback.
She's coming back, baby. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
Under what color light do plants grow best? So if you were doing an experiment where you had all your little plants out and you put different colored lights out to see which one would make the plant grow best, what color lights do you think a plant grows best in?
I feel like it's violet.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just feel like I've seen that.
Yes. Reds and blues, which I'm going to say violet, reds and blues.
It's not. Violet is purple.
But if you
red and blue together.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, that's true.
Green and yellow do not do as well. So when you have smaller amounts of green and yellow and you have more amounts of red and blue in the light, your plants will
I bet
grow
it's because
more.
if you use a green light, that's absorbing like the sunlight instead of the plant, because like the plant is green because that helps it absorb the
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. Naturally.
Okay, Rocky.
Yes.
What type of bread turns moldy first? Do you think it's store-bought bread or bakery bread? Which one would turn moldy first?
Maybe I will go with bakery bread simply because I feel like store-bought bread maybe has more preservatives in it.
Holy shit, she's back in the game.
Wow.
Woohoo! Yes, organic breads or bakery breads, they're going to go moldy first because they're all natural. They don't hold the same preservatives. And you know that because you did the experiment and you did the scientific method.
That's right.
And there you go.
And you won the science fair.
That's amazing.
Right. Kelly,
Yes.
you're doing a science experiment. And the science experiment will determine how the temperature of a tennis ball will affect the height of its bounce. Okay? So, the temperature of the ball affects the height.
Okay.
When the temperature of the ball increases, do you think that this will give the ball more or less bounce?
I just think it's going to give it more.
That is correct. Can you, for an extra point, tell me why?
Because it's expanding in the heat. The molecules are all, they're moving around.
Oh my God,
faster.
You said expanding and molecules? You're getting an extra point.
Wow.
Yes, when the ball is heated, the gas molecules inside the ball expand and they bounce around more. They have more energy.
Yeah.
And that increased energy and movement results in a higher bounce.
I'm just learning so much today.
You ladies are fucking geniuses.
We're scientists. We're scientists. Yeah, we're scientists.
I am so impressed with you guys. You have no idea.
I'm impressed with myself.
God. Okay,
I have to
Rocky.
say the same.
I think I'm going to say that I'm a scientist and like go and try to teach science and
yes.
I'm going to go try to do experiments for money.
Just blow up the place.
You could be a sign languaging doing scientist.
Yes.
I know some places that are hiring.
I think if you get into the LA school system, they'll let anyone in, is what I hear. Okay, Rocky.
Yes.
Which frozen dessert melts the slowest? Ice cream, frozen yogurt, or sorbet? Which one melts the slowest? So stays with its form the longest. Ice cream, frozen yogurt, or sorbet?
Ice cream?
Yes, Rocky. And for an extra point, can you tell me why?
Because there is less water in ice cream than the other two. Do you need more? Do you need more?
I'm going to give it to you because you've got the right idea. There's more fat. So the ratio of the water to fat is different. So it will keep it more dense, which means it will melt slower.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Two lady scientists.
I think
we say on the show.
Yeah, we're lady scientists.
We're lady scientists.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay,
Watch
Kelly.
out, men scientists.
Watch out. Explain to me how color affects a person's mood. What colors do what?
Okay. I think like red, yellow, orangey sort of is like kitchen colors. That like makes you hungry.
Okay.
Red is stimulating. Okay. So maybe like sexy.
Ooh, wow.
Or angry. And blue and purple are calming and relaxing.
Oh, wow.
Greens, I don't know. Yeah, green's my favorite color.
You get a point. Okay. You get a point. You did so well. Okay. So warm colors like red, yellow, and orange, they evoke higher arousal emotions like love, passion, happiness. You said anger, right? Cool colors like blue, green, and purple are linked to calmness, sadness, and indifference.
Like how I felt about you when we first met.
Exactly. Okay, Rocky, we got two more.
Okay.
What is a better insulator? Wool, cotton, or down feathers? What's going to keep you the warmest? Wool, cotton, or down feathers?
Down feathers?
That is incorrect. It is
I had a good
actually
run.
wool.
Wool.
It's okay. Wool. Wool is more, so the fibers are woven tightly together, and
Got
so
it.
it's usually much thicker, and it doesn't allow the heat to escape
Got it.
like the other ones would.
Okay.
But we had a good run.
We had a
Okay,
good run.
last
Can't get it all
question.
right.
Last question, Kelly.
Yes.
Can you speed up the ripening of tomatoes? And
Sure.
if so, how?
Of course. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you all the different ways.
What can you use?
You could use a heat lamp. You could just leave it on the counter instead of putting it in the fridge. You could whisper, ripen, ripen, ripen.
Hurry up.
You can throw it across the room and it hits the wall and it splatters. I mean, you okay?
No.
You could, I'm looking around the kitchen.
I'm not giving you a point.
Okay.
Rocky, do you want to try to get a point with this one? How would you
Okay.
get your tomatoes to speed up the ripening process?
Do you put them in a brown paper bag?
That's gotta be right. I swear I've heard that before. That's true.
What would you put with them in that brown paper bag?
Whoa.
Oh.
Another thing?
Maybe. Now, this is where I'm stumped, but maybe water? Like, no.
It is
Okay.
not water, but I'm going to give
Give
you
her
a
a point for the
'cause
brown
that
paper
was
bag.
really good. You can place a ripe apple or banana
Oh.
in the paper bag with the tomatoes.
Gotcha.
Wow. It's like putting them in a jail cell, and it's like,
Ooh,
hey.
wait a minute, Rocky, but it also says you can also simply put the tomatoes by themselves in the brown paper bag.
Boom.
Okay.
This will help trap the ethylene that the tomatoes release and ripen them more quickly. So you are correct.
Okay, great.
Beautiful.
Great.
I was
great.
gonna say ethylene.
Were you?
Yeah.
No.
Both of us were going to say ethylene at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
On the
I
tip of
don't-
my tongue.
I don't think so. Wow, you guys, that was amazing.
Wow.
You guys are
Beautiful.
both scientists.
Yeah, we're lady scientists.
You're actually
scientists.
you're more than just lady scientists.
Well, why
You're
is
male scientists.
Well, why is that's the issue.
That was amazing, you guys. I'm really
Woo.
impressed.
Amazing.
I'm impressed with myself, to be honest. That was yeah.
great. That was
It was a
really
better
good.
round
Bust-
for me.
Busting out with all sorts of words we haven't heard
Knowledge.
before, like
Knowledge.
molecules. And, wow.
All right, last game, last
Woo!
class. Then we get to go to all our after-school activities. We can go to our theater. We can go to our, do our
Numbers.
rehearsal for Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, make our charts.
Make
for
our charts.
Countdown charts. So, Rocky, you're in a few improv troupes, and one of them is called the Pinup Squirrels. Is that correct?
Oh man, I was in Pinup
You were.
Squirrels
Oh, okay.
many moons ago.
Okay,
So
well, we're going to represent them today.
I was in the Pinup Squirrels. That was one of my first. Might have been my first or my second all women improv
Love
group.
it.
Yeah, probably.
Lady
prov.
Yeah.
But that was probably circa 13, 14. I think I was doing Pinup
Okay.
Squirrels.
Okay,
but-
so around the Black Plague times.
Yes, exactly. But one of the girl who was like the head of the Pinup Squirrels, she was the founder because there was rotating members.
Got it.
She did end up moving to LA. So I think there's a
Oh,
Pinup
okay,
Squirrels
cool.
LA.
I feel
Oh,
like
fun.
I've heard that name before.
They've been around for a while, but I was in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Now I do because I also studied at UCB like both of you. I wasn't sure. Did you two do sketch or improv there?
We did improv.
Yeah,
Improv,
I just
yes.
did 101.
Mm-hmm.
101. Okay, so I studied.
That's all I could do.
I did that, and then I did improv at the Pit, and now I was at the Pit for many years, basically up until the pandemic, and now I do improv at the
Wow.
Armory, which is the Tank
Oh.
Theater, but it's the Armory
Yeah.
under the blanket
Yeah.
of the Armory.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool.
yeah.
We did a show at the Pit. We
Mhm.
did like a 2-woman sketch show at the Pit.
Yeah.
Oh,
at the
nice.
newer location.
The Pit
Not
Loft.
The original one, the loft. Yeah.
Yeah, well, funny enough, the Pit Loft was the original location. Then they opened the 24th Street location, and then they reopened
Oh.
the Pit Loft. So,
Did not know that.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that either.
Pit
Wow.
fun facts with Rocky. But yes, I was on the Pinup Squirrels.
Okay, well, this is all about squirrels. We're
Great.
going to biology class. We're just going to see how much you know about actual squirrels.
All right.
Rocky?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Is one of the questions, remember Scout Durwood did our show and she said, what color is the squirrel?
It's not one of my questions.
Rocky, what color is the squirrel?
I think, I feel like this might be a trick question, but are they originally black?
No. Like,
Oh.
They're all different colors.
They are gray, though, because I went and looked at one.
There are also something called red squirrels.
Okay, fine.
Oh, yeah.
And gray
And
squirrels.
there's a bunch of black squirrels.
Types.
Yeah.
There's different squirrels.
She said people always think they're brown, but they're gray.
Well, they're gray.
I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to blow your mind.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Rocky.
Yes.
True or bullshit? All chipmunks are squirrels, but not all squirrels are chipmunks.
Oh my God.
Real circle and or square and a rectangle question here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with, just because they look very similar, I'll say true.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So there are over 280 or about 280 different species of squirrels.
Okay.
Chipmunks are a type of squirrel.
Wow, that's a lot.
Wow.
So that's why they're all different colors, because there's 280 different kinds.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Lindsay, number 2. A squirrel's what never stops growing? A squirrel's what never stops growing?
Their tail?
No. Rocky, chance to steal?
I will say maybe their teeth.
Yes!
Whoa!
Woo, 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 woo! Genius alert! Oh my God! She is a scientist.
She's a scientist!
And a veterinarian.
Yeah. I didn't even give you, there was an A, B, and C. Lindsay guessed without the A, B, and C, so I just thought I'd give you the chance to go for it, and you nailed it.
So they just eat things and it files them down? That's insane.
It's a common characteristic of other rodents as well. And Lindsay, this is your next question. The word rodent actually derives from the Latin word rodere, which means what? A, to gnaw, B, a sharp point, or C, to puncture. The front teeth never stop growing because they're rodents.
A sharp point to puncture.
Or to gnaw.
To puncture?
No, Rocky, chance to steal. To gnaw or a sharp point?
I would say to gnaw.
Yes!
I thought that was too easy.
I actually did too. I agree with you. I was like, that's got to be too easy, but I was like, don't mess up again, Powell.
Go with your gut. All right, Powell. Number 4. Squirrels lose up to what % of food that they try to hoard from other squirrels? So they're hoarding, they're burying things in places, but they lose it because other squirrels steal it. Say a given winter, squirrels lose up to 15%, 25%, or 50% of food that they have hoarded.
50?
No, Lindsay, chance to steal.
What is it, 15 and what?
15 or 25?
25.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
I thought it was way more than 50.
Yeah, and that's just from members of their own species, though. So they probably, I don't know what the percentage is, but they also lose from birds and other animals, as well as just their other squirrels.
Wow.
Okay, so squirrels. Okay. Wait, whose turn is it? Lindsay's turn.
Lindsay, yeah.
Lindsay, true or bullshit? All squirrels are scatter hoarders, meaning that they hide food in a bunch of different places within their territory, not just in one place. All squirrels are scatter hoarders. True or bullshit?
There's so many species of squirrels. There's got to be a squirrel that hoards them to itself. I'm going to go true.
You think they're all scatter hoarders? No.
I went on a limb.
You went on a limb and went against your gut, and it's wrong.
Ah!
Yeah. No, some are regular, just classic hoarders.
Wow.
The gray squirrel is a classic example of a scatter. Oh, no. Wait. No. Gray squirrel is an example of a scatter hoarder, gathering acorns, burying them in trees or in the ground. But not all squirrels are scatter hoarders. Red squirrels are plain old hoarders. If you've ever been walking through the woods and a red squirrel starts screaming at you, that's because you're near its one and only stash. And the same goes for chipmunks and for white-footed mice.
Aww.
Yikes.
Little white-footed mice.
Interesting.
Extra credit. Either of you, or both of you can answer. How do gray squirrels, who are another classic scatter hoarder, how do gray squirrels... Oh, that's the only scatter hoarder I mentioned. Cut that.
Oh.
Extra credit. How do gray squirrels, who are classic scatter hoarders, find their stashes again?
Their noses, they smell it.
What are they smelling? They're not just smelling the food. They're smelling...
They shit next to it, and then they smell their
Incorrect, Rocky.
Do they leave a trail for themselves?
They don't leave a trail, but they do something to the acorn before they bury it.
Do they lick it?
Yes! That's it. Rocky got it. They lick it.
That was a wild guess. Yeah, that was a wild guess.
Rocky's a genius.
She's a genius. She's a squirrel genius.
She's a squirrel genius. Not a girl genius.
A squirrel genius.
Yeah. Okay, Rocky.
Squirreling tist.
Is it Lindsay?
I think
I think it's my...
I don't remember.
No. I don't
No,
know.
you answered the true or... Yeah, it's Rocky.
Oh, okay.
It's Rocky. Which is like how, because I think we started with her, so she was an odd number, but then I don't know how this happened. Anyway, it's Rocky's question. Rocky, true or bullshit? If you're a squirrel and you're trying to escape a predator, the most efficient way to do so is by running in a zigzag pattern. True or bullshit?
I'm going to say true because I think it's the same for like alligators too, right? You run in a zigzag pattern.
That is correct. Squirrels run in a zigzag pattern to escape predators, which is probably why they get hit by so many cars because they're running away and they're not going straight.
Yeah.
And then as far as the alligator thing, the jury is, I think, still out, but it has to some degree been debunked, even though we were taught it in school growing up in Florida that that's how
classic
you escape
school.
from an alligator. Yeah. But see, this is the thing. We still don't really know the answer.
We don't know the answer. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, that's
among
tough.
Scholars.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never thought so much about squirrels in my life.
Me neither, to be honest.
You know what I saw the other day? I saw a squirrel. First of all, when they crawl on a power line, it's impressive enough.
Oh, yeah, they're acrobats.
Oh, yeah.
Doing it upside down.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they're amazing.
It's so fast.
Yeah, they're like little ninjas.
Well,
Little
squirrel
ninjas.
friends,
Oof.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Rocky really pulled it through.
Was she a lady scientist enough to
We're
win?
going to have to tally up the points. Marcia just
Yeah.
came in, and she's got some news for us.
All right, Marcia, our illustrious producer.
If you want to know who the dumbest person in this room is, it's me with 3 points.
Ooh.
Now, Kelly, you did really well.
Thank you.
On this game.
Okay.
You have 8 points.
Wow.
That was good.
So our points combined, since we each only played one game,
is 11.
So we combine
so
our points.
Rocky
that makes
has to
sense.
Rocky has to beat 11 points.
Okay.
I don't know.
What do we think?
How many points do you think you got, Rocky?
8.
Okay. What do you think, Kelly?
I think she got more. We got 11. I think we're tied.
You think we're tied?
I think she did really well. Yeah, she got a lot. She actually got a lot right.
Rocky is our winner with 13 points.
No way! 13?
Whoa!
That really
Rocky,
didn't
you
seem
are our
possible.
winner.
We did
Wow, you are our valedictorian. Congratulations.
You were
That's so
incredible.
exciting.
I mean,
Thank you.
the money quiz didn't go so well, but both of you bombed
No,
it.
that was horrible. Yeah.
I mean,
That was
and
some hard questions.
It was rough.
Besides that, you guys both did really good.
Yeah.
I am the biggest loser.
Yeah.
So Rocky, as our winner, you get to make a valedictorian speech, and you get to look at us and say, in any way you want, in any order you want, fuck you, I'm smarter.
Okay, great. That's how I'll end the speech, right?
You could totally
Yeah,
end the
if
speech
you'd
that
like,
way.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, colleagues, friends, listeners, new listeners, I have to say, if I thought I was going to be valedictorian at the beginning of this, I would be lying to you. I didn't think that this was going to be my journey. And I think it's a great lesson in believing in yourself, number one. I think it's a great lesson in friendship, new friendship, people rooting for you and believing in you. I could not have become valedictorian if it was not for Lindsay and Kelly. But at the end of the day, it is a game. So fuck you, I'm smarter.
Oh my gosh, you
Awesome.
fucking killed
Beautiful.
Oh my God.
Inspiring and insulting.
I'm sorry.
No, we made you do it.
We made you do it.
We like to be bullied.
Yes. Rocky, where can our listeners find you? What should they look out for? Plug all your plugs.
Absolutely. So if you just want to follow me personally, my Instagram is Rocky with 2 I's. That's ROCKIIX Balboa. And on Twitter, I'm Rocky Balboa, no X. When I first started Instagram, I forgot my password for the original Rocky Balboa account, so I think it's still out there. But on Instagram, there's an X in the middle of the Rocky and the Balboa. And I host a podcast that comes out every Monday that both of you are going to be on, or in my next episode. And it is called Wild Nights with Rocky Powell. I have entertainers from all over come on, and they tell a wild night story from their life. Before that, I open every episode with either a jingle, a story from my own wild night life, or a poem, a topical poem, and then just talk a little bit about my week. So it's been a really fun podcast to do, and I love anybody new listening to jump on the bandwagon, and that's on Instagram and TikTok at Wild Nights with Rocky, and on Twitter at Wild Nights Pod.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes,
Thank you. Yeah, everybody
Yes,
go
thank you.
listen. We will be on it, or we're on it. I don't know when this episode is coming out, when that one is, but
We'll plug it.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
exactly.
right now, your episode will be coming out November 8th.
Is that when hers is coming out?
It might be.
Monday,
That's
Monday,
amazing.
November 8th. My
Yes.
first duo
Yes.
ever.
I think
It
where it's
might
coming
be
out the same day.
I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, Rocky, thank you so much. For our listeners, you can follow us at Kelly and Lindsay on Instagram. You'll find all of our plugs on there.
Plug it up.
We love you. Happy
Yeah.
November.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Sweet.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Rocky.
That was so much
That was so
fun.
Thank you so much for doing
That was
our
really
show.
fun.
Oh my God, no, right back at both of you. That was so like interactive and cool and fun. You guys put so much work into it. I love it.
Thank you. It was really fun having you. And when we do come to New York, we want to see you.
Yes, we're
hang
going
out
to
with you.
Taverna. Yeah, we're going to Taverna.
Absolutely.
And-
It's been
like
way too
truly.
long. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Yes,